This is high science. That's why like I said yesterday, when Morpheus said we generate more body electricity than a 120-volt battery, do you know a 120-volt battery runs a whole house?
Really?
You got enough energy to run a house. Wow. In one of them. We body heat than 25,000 BTUs. The word electron means God. I must Electron. The oldest word for God is Elok. Girls talking about Elegba. We constantly trying to say, Allah. When Jesus was on the cross, he called on Elah. Electrons, electricity. You remember in Matrix 2, when they're like, we're through. The robots the robots and stuff had busted through and stuff, and he just closed his eyes and put his hand up, and that electrical charge came out of his hand, and bam, they shut down. Because right now it's about the robots and the supercomputers getting ready to take over. And it ain't got nothing to do with no race at all. It's going to deal with computers going to think they're better than us, and they're going to shut all human beings down. That's the reality right now. That's what it is right now. All the other stuff is fluff and nutter. You know what I'm saying? The technology. When I was in the Marine Corps, when I was working at Sprint, the colonel who's the one that kind of helped me get my brother helped me get the job. I remember when Matrix had first came out. And I remember the colonel we was in the basement at Sprint because we were doing video conferencing. This was like 10 years ago. Nobody even knew what video conferencing was. And he started saying, yeah, because me and the other colonels, the Navy, the Marine colonels, we got this new program called The Matrix. My head almost spun around. At that time, nobody was even going to see the movie The Matrix. So I watched that movie. I probably lost count how many times. I think the only one movie I watched more than that probably was Star Wars, which is a whole other science, another discussion. Because Star Wars ain't really dealing with the future, dealing right here and right now. How you can turn into Darth Vader because you think you got too much knowledge, too much information, so on and so forth. But that's a whole other discussion for another time.
Well, you know who wrote it, because a black woman wrote The Matrix and The Terminator, and then the white boys tried to lie and took that from her and said that those brothers said that they came up with The Matrix. But if you notice, every time somebody tried to ask them, well, so how did you come up with the concept, they couldn't really get into it and tell you, because they took that from that black lady, and they tried to even deny the fact that she wrote it, and she's still suing. I don't know if she reached a settlement finally, but she also wrote The Terminator. So this came out of the mind of a universal, multi-galactic, dimensional womb gender being.
That's right. And what is it? But it's a story trying to tell us. She's trying to convey. She's trying to tell us something. Are we really listening? Are we really looking?
Oh, a lot of us she bust a lot of our head open with that. But I'm just saying the fact that a lot of people didn't know that a so-called black woman gave you that truth.
Right.
An oracle. And I seen that shit. I said, what the hell going on here? Neo got to go to the ghetto, and the black woman is paying homage to her ancestors by smoking the cigar. See, a lot of people didn't even get the significance of her smoking that damn cigar. I said, what the hell they done let come out on the screen? And I'm thinking some white boys done dropped this? They couldn't have.
Morpheus, his name is Moore.
I said, he the one. Neo wasn't the one. Morpheus was the one. Because I said that they must didn't really want to tell you who the one was, but a lot of us got it. I said, this is powerful. I said, where these white boys, how this come out of their head? But now I'm realizing a lot of stuff they say sci-fi that don't come out of white folks' head. They done stole it from one of us because they tried to take it from her. But she had proof that she had dropped that script off and she had copyrighted it and had the federal copyrights to the Terminator and the Matrix, and then when she saw they were going to steal it from her, she went to court, and I don't know how long I think she's been fighting since it came out, but they done made money on top of money on top of money, done video games, toys. They took that lady's creation, took it out of her womb, and they done ran a million ways with that one script, and then don't want to give her nothing that she deserves for it.
So the bottom line is the Oracle spoke to us in the movie. And are we going to go back and look at it and learn from what she tried to give us?
Of course I look at it. A lot of us. That's why I'm bringing it up. Man, you know who gave it to you. Because a lot of us, because they hushed that down. They didn't want you to know a black woman did that. So that was not mainstream media news to find out who really created the Matrix.
You know, Will Smith was supposed to play Neo, but he couldn't because he's on a contract with another movie? So they'd have Morpheus a brother. Neo would have been a brother. Remember, what's name was supposed to be Trinity? Do you remember that? Aaliyah was supposed to be Trinity?
She was?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know.
All black people in that movie.
But you know what? That's what I'm going to tell you, too, about Hollywood. They were not going to let that happen. I'm sorry. They were not going to let that happen.
You see, Leo got caught up. They put Will Smith in a comedy. I mean, Men in Black is a deep movie, too. That's a whole other science. But
of course.
He was supposed to be Neo. But you see, his wife ended up being it anyway. And Trinity was supposed to be Aaliyah. So you'd have had Morpheus, Neo, and Aaliyah. Fishburne, Will Smith, Jada Smith, and Aaliyah in the Matrix.
They weren't going to have that. They was not going to ever have that. And you know it.
The guy that invented the computer was a brother from another planet?
Yep.
I bet that's Terminator 2. In Terminator 2, the second one. The second one, they had the brother from another planet. Do you remember that movie a long time ago? Most people missed that. That was a movie a long, long time ago. It was made in the early 80s called Brother from Another Planet.
I think there's a time for me, but I don't remember what was in it or who was in it.
I'm trying to think of another movie this guy, what's the actor's name? His name is something Morris or, what is his name? Or Morgan or, I'm trying to think of a movie that he's in. He's in so many movies. I can't even think of all of them. He had a little mole in his face. He's like in so many movies. But in Brother from Another Planet, he came to Harlem. He couldn't speak. He was from another galaxy. Looked just like me and you. He couldn't speak, and he could fix anything electrical. Everything was electrical for him. Electricity. Electromagnet. Everything with him is electricity. That's the real God within. That's the real God and the goddess power. The electromagnetic. Electric being the male or the centrifugal pushing force, and magnetic meaning attracting the feminine force. Yin and yang, electromagnetic energy.
And, you know, I've always said that, and when I did my lecture, I think I was actually talking about that in Wake Up to Warning to Black Women, Wake Up Black Woman. And when I put that video up on YouTube, you know, they hacked my accounts and took the video. That was one of the main videos they took down. And people started, especially a lot of white people, started putting all types of insults on my video and said that I was crazy, I was sick, I didn't know what I was talking about, I was a racist because I said that this so-called black woman, this melanated womb, is an electromagnetic womb that is so powerful and it holds all worlds in it, and we are basically star seeds. We're actually star children that actually reincarnated, actually came down and shifted down, lowered our vibration to be able to function in the third dimensional realm. And it's just amazing to me that so many people will call me all kind of liars and all kinds of filthy names, and I wouldn't even use no profanity like I usually do. I'm just breaking down high knowledge, trying to cut the head open, cut your head open, or the woman that don't even know who she is, don't even know how divine she is. She's divinity walking, and she's severed herself from her electromagnetic field of information to illuminate her with the truth. But so many people will want to say, oh, I'm lying. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Why you keep coming with this shit?
We need our own school, sister. I mean, it keeps coming down to we got to create these institutions for ourselves. I mean, of course, if anybody wants to pay and wants to come, that's fine. But we need to create schools for these young, especially the young ones. They say our youth is tomorrow. These young boys, these young girls need to learn this high. You know, they got to cut. My thing is like, for them, you don't need to be talking about sex. All that stuff is like, right now you'd be wasting time with that kind of stuff because you're not really great right now. You don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? The young children right now, we need to create powerful. I don't know if you remember Shaquille O'Neal when he first got into the league. He had put like a dare out there. I'm willing to put up. I think he said something like $1 million a year, and I'm looking for other athletes, entertainers from whatever sport to put up $1 million a year so we can create some powerful technological, cultural community centers in every major ghetto in the United States.
We ain't seen it.
On the radio one time, a lady got on that stage. She was a teacher. Said, I ain't got $1 million, but I could probably get about 100,000. They said, oh, we have technical difficulties. I haven't heard about it since.
What? I ain't seen it. I haven't seen it in our communities. And that's the thing, too, what you're talking about. Yes, we do have to be awake. We do have to help each other.